enlightenment and to hold your enlightenment. So by clearing the chakras and following these steps, we heal from the inside. We learn to balance first. We bring awareness, learn to balance our chakras, work with the emotion that sits in each chakra as we come up, and we become these clear vessels. We start to vibrate more clearly. We have the exercises are meant to stimulate different glands. It's not like just stretching, it's pumping the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and the pineal, which are our psychic powers lie, and especially in our stomach as well. Anybody really who does have psychic powers has a pretty strong navel. And he said mostly everything comes from the third chakra, the navel, because when we're sitting in utero, we're connected not only to our mother, but still to the cosmos. And in our culture, we just cut the umbilical cord and we forget that there's a huge power center right there. And in the Eastern map of the body, 72,000 meridians that connect, the meridian channels and acupressure points are right around here in your belly. So we have a lot of core work. I call it caveman Pilates because everybody stole a little part of Kundalini Yoga and made a different business out of it. But so we're doing these exercises that are strengthening, our bellies. Everything's included. And there's kriyas for addiction, heartbreak, bad immune system. For anything you have, there is a natural, complete set. It's just really a beautiful thing. I don't really know how to speak of it in this much time. I know there's a lot of information, but your pituitary, your pineal, all these endocrine glands start talking to each other and secreting as you change. And somebody with a real strong third chakra, you're really attracted to them. You see them and you just can't help wanting to talk to them or come toward them. I'm not saying that. I'm working on my third chakra, but anyway, do you have any questions? Because it's just so much. I don't know how to tell you how beautiful it is that we begin to take back our harmony and understanding.
Does it matter where we are in our knowledge of yoga to come into your class as beginner or intermediate?
No, you're welcome to come in. I ask you to go at your own rate and just keep an open heart because, like I said, this is the age of Aquarius. The old energies are not working anymore. We're beginning to vibrate differently, and I need to help you make your body ready to accept the vibrations. Mantras are purifiers. That's what they do. They begin to purify you. Some people are afraid of them. Will it change my religion? No, this is pre-religion. This is you, This is man's first description of how it felt to become enlightened. He said, this is what he said. He came singing out of the river. There's one creator. His name is Truth. Through all the ages, we call him different names, and that's fine, whatever, beautiful. But there's still one truth that's been here the whole time. He's the doer of everything, the manifester of everything. He's fearless, without anger, undying, unborn, and self-illumined. So our energy never dies, and we light up from inside. So we learn in Kundalini Yoga how to get those chakras spinning, how to bring in all the light, how to strengthen our third chakra so that we can always stand. And they say God comes in right here. So there's a fight there because your own will sits here too. So it's when you begin to want God's will over your own will. And that's like getting up in the morning. That's like those things that pull you. It's like, I hope you're pulled from your heart because it's really a very heart-opening. I mean, to have somebody bring so much love and tell us you don't have to be in the dark anymore. You just needed somebody to tell you your body will do all of these things. And he said in this time with information overload, we've read every book, we can say we've gone to every seminar, but this is a yoga of experience. This is when you begin to have those experiences and you're in control. And you have to take your power back, and you begin getting your power back. Plus, you get really happy because you're vibrating parts of your brain. That's the thing. He says, I just want to tell you where bliss is. I can't tell you I'm holier than anybody. I can just tell you that your body will do miraculous things. In the age when we're going to not be able to take more antidepressants, when things are just not working anymore. Here he tells us the age of Aquarius is just like the song. Sympathy and trust, no more falsehoods, because now we see clearly, our third eye. No one can lie to us anymore, no more falsehoods. The mind's true liberation. This is the time. So I'll say, Satnam, thank you for being here. Truth is my identity. If we could all just say the truth, we could begin to raise the consciousness, because we're all thinking in a community type way. And many blessings to you all for being here and listening. I appreciate it. It's a beautiful thing. It's very popular in Los Angeles and San Diego and this area. I'm like a pioneer driving the wagon. So, so I hope you'll all come at least try, and your hearts are this open. I know that we want to begin to have our, experience ourselves fully and have self-actualization and know who we are and what we're capable of and our purpose in life. So thank you, Reverend Danielle.
Does anybody have any
Thank you so
questions for
much.
Laura?
Is this the Kriya you mentioned? Is it related to the Kriya that Babaji taught, that lineage?
Yeah, Babaji. That's the same lineage. In fact, one of my instructors, her name is Guru Amrit. She was married to Babaji.
Okay.
And yeah, they did a lot of work. In fact, there's a place called the Golden Temple that the gurus built on the water for everybody, every religion. They knew there'd come a time when we'd all gather in one beautiful temple in the water. And they inscribed all of the prayers and meditations in Spanish. That was her job, to go with him over to the Golden Temple and help him make translations. And so yeah, Babaji.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's awesome.
So Laura's just a very devoted, wonderful teacher, so if you haven't tried it, come and try it sometime. It's Tuesdays at 5:30 and Wednesdays at 9:30. We clear the room of all the chairs, and she pops her iPod into the speakers and plays all the lovely music. I never went to yoga before. We actually just get to sit there and sing. It's kind of nice.
Yes, but there's a good workout too.
It's a good workout too.
Yes.
It is. It's amazingly so. I couldn't believe it. In the hour, it felt like about 1/3 the amount of asanas that you would do in a normal yoga class, and yet I was more sore than I was in the other ones that I have taken. So it's
True.
yes, it is, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. But that just shows you the efficiency that you get
There are no
inside of
wasted
this yoga.
movements.
Yeah, there are no wasted movements. It's really beautiful. So I'd like to touch on something that Laura said during her talk with us, and that is when you open the third eye and you see truth, then no one can lie to you anymore. Can you just think for a minute what that would be like if we lived in a world where there were no more lies? John Lennon said, imagine a world with no wars and no this, but if we could just all open our third eyes, which, as you always hear me say every week, we are all profoundly psychic. There are just those of us that have decided to start working with that energy and acknowledging it and opening up our psychic abilities. But you are all profoundly psychic. And you all have the ability to feel and to know and to see and to hear truth. Claircognizance, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, even clairgustience, which is a sense of smell. Like I smell around. You all have the ability to open up your clairs. And just imagine for a moment, what would your life be like if everything that came out of your mouth was truth? Gentle, loving truth. Not those genes make you just look, nice, gentle, warm, loving truths. And what if you only heard out of somebody else's mouth gentle, warm, loving truths? The politicians would all be unemployed.
Right.
And the bankers.
Lawyers.
And the pharmacists. There'd be a lot of people that would be in the unemployment line. But I don't know about the rest of you, but this is where I feel like we're going. Has anybody noticed in the news lately there's been a lot of corruption that has been exposed? And for some people who live in fear, they would look at those news reports and say, oh, what are we coming to? And it's this and it's that. I look at them and I'm like, truth. We're beginning to hear truth.